The stunning transformation of Queen Mary of Denmark. Being a royal of any country is difficult, but it's even tougher for someone who wasn't born in the country they serve. In addition to learning the protocols and realities of royal life, foreign-born royals must learn the customs, culture, language, and ways of life in a new place. Such was the reality for Queen Mary of Denmark, the Australian-born royal who met her husband by happenstance and married into the Danish royal family after an international courtship. The foreign-born queen, who's friends with Princess Catherine and has been compared to Princess Diana, has lived quite the life. After growing up in a small town in Tasmania, Queen Mary never imagined she would one day become a literal princess and eventually a queen. But after her life took an unimaginable turn, Mary accepted the hand she was dealt gracefully and has fully leaned into her position within the Danish royal family. Take a look at the stunning transformation of Queen Mary of Denmark. Queen Mary of Denmark was born in February of 1972 in Hobart, Tasmania, Australia to John and Henrietta Donaldson. She was the fourth child to be born into her family, joining two sisters and a brother. Though much of her childhood was spent in Australia, Queen Mary also spent time in different countries thanks to her father's career as a professor of applied mathematics. The royal lived in Canada and the United States for a time before the family set its permanent residence back in Australia. "I will always have emotional ties to Australia," Mary said in an interview with 60 Minutes Australia. "Australia forms part of my identity and who I am." Unfortunately, the beginning of Mary's adulthood was marked with tragedy. Her mother, who had been the executive assistant to the vice-chancellor of the University of Tasmania, died after complications from heart surgery. "I felt alone in my pain," Mary said in a television interview in 2015, as reported by Sky News. "As if nobody understood what I was going through, and I had come to a standstill while the whole world around me kept moving forward. I would have liked to have spent more time with her." Given that she's lived so many places across the world, Queen Mary has been educated in many places, too. She began her formal education in Houston, Texas, while there with her family for her father's work, and she finished the first part of her schooling in Tasmania when her family moved back. Queen Mary stayed in Tasmania for high school and college before attending graduate school in Melbourne.